Playoff basketball makes its return to 6000's Queens Highway this evening as the number 22 seed Holy Name Green Wave hosts the number 53 Orrville Red Riders, and it's up next on your home for all Holy Name sports, Holy Name Athletics YouTube. For once, it appears we're actually going to start before the scheduled time of the game, as there's 5 minutes on the clock left, 6:47. Exciting times that we're actually going to have the game start on time. And we are back for some playoff basketball. Last year, we had one game here, did not go to plan, but this year, Holy Name looks to correct the script as they have one home game guaranteed. With a win today, they unlock a second one Friday night against the Lions. Good evening, everyone. I have Dave with me alongside me, Michael Oleksik. We dragged him back in. Glad to have you back.
It's good to be back for at least one more, Nathan. We're starting on time today because there's no JV game for Mr. Lanza to drag it on and on.
That definitely helps things. But going into this game, Holy Name had one final win to go 14-8 on the regular season. It was a 58-49 win over Buckeye. And you might look at that and kind of ponder why it was so close. The reason why, Holy Name did not have Styers and Maxwell Bollin. Both of them are active today. Max Bollin missed the last game due to a hip flexor injury, and Styers due to illness. And then Orrville, 5-16. But don't let that record fool you. They can make noise on any given day. They've hung with CBCA and Canton South this year. Two tough teams, especially the Royals of CBCA, who are the 4 seed in this section. The one game that they played against them, 63-53 the first meeting. The second one did not go to plan at all for the Red Riders, 67-24. But one of those two matchups, they did a business against them. But Michael, when you look at the stats for this Orrville team, I said pregame to you before we went on the air, they remind me of a given team that Holy Name has played this year. Not talent-wise, but the way they run the offense, and that is Lutheran West. Just how well they distribute the ball to everyone, and just the fact that 4 or 5 guys in a given night could score 10+ points.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely could run their offense very similar to Lutheran West, but I mean, I don't see them as deadly as Lutheran West is, because as Lutheran West can knock down the 3 or really make it hurt on offense as much as Orrville can.
And a big part of Orrville's success, if they can find some tonight, will be in the hands of Taj Gibson. 6'6", 250-pound senior. He looks to make an impact on tonight's game. And for fun, I looked up a stat comparison on metrics between him and the Taj Gibson who played for the Bulls. Like I said, 6'6", 250. The one that played for the Bulls, 6'9", 232. Plus 3 inches and minus 18 pounds for the NBA one, but there's still kind of a comparison there. We're just looking to see how that translates over here. Like we said, anything can happen in playoff basketball, as last year, Michael.
You saw an early first-round exit from Holy Name. I mean, also we didn't have any size there, so I don't want to take anything away from that team, but I mean, no size. I mean, that hurts a lot. But going back to the injuries to Max and Drew also, in that Strongsville game, he took a big hit, I know, in that game. I know you called it a dirty hit. I don't think it was a dirty hit. I think it was just those guys are so much bigger than Drew. It looked like it was bad, but it was just Drew being smaller than those kids. Drew landed like on his back, so he has a bad bruise on his back, so he's going to play through that today, though.
Yeah, he was hobbling around a little bit this afternoon.
And for Drew to hobble, it's got to be a lot of pain because he's a tough kid.
You can see him in the center of the court right now, working on ball handling to get ready for this game as Coach Patton goes over to him. But looking back to Orrville, averaging 51 points per game this year, and the points per game, again, 61.81. What's the magic number for Holy Name to get to tonight, then, for victory?
I mean, I would have to say that their 70 is a pretty good magic number. I mean, anytime you score 70, you got a good chance to win that game.
And there's a lot at stake tonight for Holy Name. Obviously, continuing on the playoffs is a big factor. But there are no active guys on this roster who have a playoff win in their career.
Yeah, they haven't won a playoff game since the 2020 season, so Coach Patton back in the playoffs once again. Hopefully we look to improve on that record over the past 3 years. And going back to the magic number of 70 there, only one time Holy Name scored more than 70 points and they lost, and that was at Strongsville, and that was that tough overtime loss. But so I would say 70 is a good number, Nathan.
And then another thing to also keep in mind here, you're looking at the big three, Styers and Humenik have playoff experience. Believe it or not, Max Bollin has 0 playoff games under his belt.
Yeah, he had the transfer rule last year, only got to play half the year. And his freshman year at Garfield Heights, Cuyahoga Heights, sorry, he did not play.
Broken hand, I believe.
Yeah, some injury, yes.
Well, it's interesting to see how he plays under the bright lights of the playoff atmosphere, starting to build up a little bit, but still a little underwhelming for a home playoff game.
I would say on the Holy Name side, I mean, it's a long drive for Orrville here, like 55, almost an hour. So Holy Name side, it's definitely building volume over here. Small student section we have there. So as you see, the team's going to start to huddle here.
It's the little things that add up in these games. Pre-game warm-ups, Holy Name, they were going out shooting around an hour until the clock hit 0. Not the official clock before we start the game, obviously, but they were going out, chucking up shots and just having a good time. When Orrville went out, they warmed up, they stretched, and focused. Will that be a deciding factor in today's game? Maybe.
We'll see how Orrville comes out versus how Holy Name comes out. I mean, normally Holy Name's not a really first quarter based team, so we'll see how they come out.
Let's pass it over to our in-house PA announcer, Joe Stavoli, to get us underway for this playoff matchup.
And welcome to Holy Name High School. As a member of the High School Athletic Association, Holy Name High School welcomes you to the Interscholastic Contest featuring Orrville High School and Holy Name High School. Tonight's OHSAA tournament game is sponsored by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Your attendance and support from the student athletes and coaches is much appreciated by the member schools competing for the right to survive. Though both teams are rivals, they are expected to exhibit the quality of good sportsmanship throughout the contest, and the administration of both schools requests the same from all fans. The officials assigned to this tournament game have met extensive requirements set forth by the OHSAA and have been assigned based upon the process approved by the Board of Directors. And tonight's officials are Joe Hewitt, Sean Yanko, and Tim Ward. The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of Holy Name High School. All fans are asked to respect the effort each team has put forward in preparing for tonight's contest. We ask all attendees to show courtesy and respect for fellow fans, officials, coaches, and those administrating the contest, and of course, your team and your opponent. And as important today as ever, remember to respect the game. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please stand and join us in a playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for visiting Orrville, number 2, Braylon Slaughter. Number 13, Diehl. Number 22, Maxwell. Number 34, Pregame. And rounding out the starting five for Orrville, number 42, Taj Gibson. The head coach is Jim Purcell, and he's being assisted tonight by Jim Purcell. Now let's be a starting out of your whole team.
Well, Michael, it's been over a year since the heartbreaking loss to Benedictine. Bollin ready to right the ship this time and get things back the way they were before COVID. And what was really a heartbreaking end to that season, going back to it. They were slated to play Toledo Rogers on, I believe it was the 14th of March, which, as you know, going back to 2020, that was the day after the Friday the 13th that shut everything down.
Yeah, and you could go back and say, hey, they should have played it, but I mean, the past is the past, and you can only look at day by day here and try to get back to where you were in that 2020 season.
With a win, whole name, everyone on that roster will get their first career playoff win. Orrville with a win will break whole name hearts for the second year in a row on this court. The first team to do it being the Bengals of Benedictine. Tip-off goes to Gibson and the Red Riders with ease, and we are underway for playoff basketball in 2024. Immediate three, no good, as it hits the top Larry and bounces out of bounds. So there we go. I expect to see a lot more of those kind of shots tonight from Orrville. An immediate three being chucked within 10 seconds.
Yeah, and if they can get going from the behind the arc early in the game, that could be very dangerous.
Humenik has it outside there. He tries to take a three. He does, no good. Lewis flies in, rebounds, and will give it out to Cole, who hands it off to Styers. That's Williams' offense will reset. 2 threes so far combined. No going. Bollin, no good for him as well. So 3 threes being missed. Styers rolls around to get to the ball.
They're going to introduce a full court press there. Not going to let them get the ball up easy.
Slaughter will take it up the court for the Red Riders. 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 2 points coming from Styers. Pickpocket by Bollin. It'll lead to an inbound.
And to be honest with you, Nate, this does not really feel like a playoff atmosphere. I mean, you would think maybe you see a little bit more. That Benedictine game definitely felt like a high-pressure situation, big playoff game, and this is very much of a more relaxed kind of feeling.
When Joe Scavoli is carrying the section, you know things are up. Here we go. Bollin in the near corner, takes it inside, hands it up. Almost miscommunication with him and Cole, but it stays into the green and white. Bollin gets a piece of it from Orrville, and it goes the other way. Nice job by Michael Diehl to get in there and get a piece.
And with you commentating games in the spring, I wouldn't be surprised to see Andrew Cole maybe playing some baseball. I have heard rumors that he may play baseball this year. So
I've heard a couple of rumors of some people making the team. We'll get to see. Pickpocket by Styers. Here's another steal in transition. He goes and he finishes off the glass. He now has all 4 for the Green Wave. Transition off defense gives Hawaiian their first 2-possession lead of the game, as it's a 4-0 run to get things underway.
And that's something you greatly missed at Buckeye, and that just shows how much how big components that Max and Drew really are on this team.
First foul of the game goes to the playoff newcomer, Max Bollin. It'll be his first. Orrville looking to inbound. Amstutz plays it inside. Gibson pivoting against Lewis and Styers. Kicks it out. A three for Gibson. No good off front iron. And it'll be a handoff from Lewis to Styers as he'll take it up the center. Styers goes up. Gibson pressure. It's an and one for Drew Styers. It's a 6-0 run. All courtesy of Drew Styers to get the game underway.
And a really heads-up play by Joe. He got that rebound. He knows he's not a very good ball handler. He hands it off to Drew. Drew's able to push it up the court and get that easy layup. And an and one.
Been a rough start so far for the Red Riders. They're just looking for some kind of offensive spark. 2 threes not falling for them. Styers makes that free throw. He has all 7 thus far.
And we said in pregame, Hohenheim looked kind of loose and free, and Buckeye and Orrville looked real focused. And Hohenheim's come out really looking good. Or really, Drew Styers has come out looking good.
Double dribble and a timeout called by Orrville. They are being rattled by Drew Styers, the one-man wrecking machine, who has 7. 5:57 left to go in the first. It's all Hohenheim so far. After the hour bus ride, Orrville so far no response to the green wave as they're on a 7-0 run to get things underway, all from one man. Drew Styers back in the lineup after missing the last game due to illness, and he has come back refreshed. Why not add 2 more to the cause? He cannot on that attempt. Lewis, he puts it away. The first point's coming not from Drew Styers.
And Joe Lewis had a big game at Buckeye there. He's had a back-to-back big game.
Steal from Humenik to Bollin. It's a kill shot to get things underway. And another error, it stays in this direction.
And that's where that full court press comes in.
Orrville making substitutions while they can. Braden Cox checks in. Along with him will be Anthony Adams. They need some kind of spark at this point in the game. It's already an 11-0 start for the Green Wave. Bollin takes it in to make it 13. No good, rolls around. Lewis grabs the rebound. Keep in mind, Gibson no longer in the game, so it might be a little bit easier to grab rebounds. It hits out off of Orrville. It'll stay in this direction.
Yeah, I know. Neither team, Hohenheim's not a really tall team, but I mean, when you take Gibson out of the equation, I would say Hohenheim has the size advantage.
The next tallest player I have is Malachi Gray at 6'2". So definitely Hohenheim a size advantage. Once Gibson's off the court, he'll take a breather, probably be back on shortly. Kicked out to Styers. Puts it up with a floater, and it's in. 13-0 run to get things underway.
And coming out of that timeout, I actually would have thought Orrville might have changed their defense to a zone just to kind of throw Hohenheim off, but they didn't do anything. So I was thinking maybe they would start switching back and forth, but they didn't do that.
Almost a steal in the corner to the 3. Adams cannot connect. Board by Coles. He spins out of the ball being clipped on. To add insult to injury, 13-0 before the halfway point of the first quarter. Can Hohenheim add some more? Bollin takes it in the corner for Styers. No good. Board will bobble away to Cole. They're going to say it's a rebound as he went up, or a foul as he went up for the rebound. That will be Cole. That will be Cole's first.
And Hohenheim's really had offensive possession for almost the entire half. I mean, I think Orrville's had maybe 2-3 shots on the rim.
I think they've had 3 threes so far. That's about all they've had going. Gray in the corner tries to spin inside, flush back, plays it out to Slaughter.
Yeah, Drew has a couple steals, so definitely using their defense to help their offense out.
Taking it in is Gray. He bobbles it out of bounds. It goes the other way. I mean, what can you even say about the start? Other than Holy Name looking sharp, Orrville looking rusty.
They've come ready to play. I mean, that hour bus ride might have something to do with it too. I mean, that's not a very short ride. That makes more of an effect than you think.
Blocked, but a foul called against Gray. And speaking of that hour bus ride, talking to people before the game, looking at the rest of this bracket, Canton South hosts Padua today, and many people think Padua can win that game. They don't take into account the hour bus ride. Bollin's first rolls in. And here come the first substitutions of the game. Aiden Butler checks in along with Brody Boyer, who is coming off a career-high 14 points against Buckeye.
And going back to a couple of games, I think it maybe was Valley Forge we were talking. Who is going to be that sixth man for the playoffs? And was it going to be Aaron Riley, Brody, Aiden? I mean, you really haven't found out yet.
Holy Name has a very deep bench this year. Still haven't seen Aaron Riley check in this game. I was going to see him along with maybe Jeffrey Jemison check in at some point.
I feel like by the end of last year, we saw maybe a six-man rotation, with Adam Humenik being that sixth man coming off the bench. But this year, I'm seeing an eight-man rotation almost. So you're getting guys to stay a lot fresher. And I think that shows longevity in the fourth quarter.
No good on that shot. Taken away by Styers in transition. Here he comes. Goes up. Flies in. No good on the shot. Board by Gray as it was tipped down to him, courtesy of Anthony Adams. And as you can see on your screen, kind of, the heads of the Alliance Aviators are entering into the arena. I was going to say, I would not be surprised to see any Alliance fans watching on at home. Instead, here comes their whole basketball team. .3:30 left to go in the first quarter. 15-zip, Holy Name advantage. Bollin takes it inside. Euros puts it up. Rolls in, but luckily, it's now a 17-0 run. Orrville is needing some kind of answer. Tips away, and another steal. Styers to Humenik. Here comes Humenik for his first points. He gives it a foul. It is now 19-0. A second time off called by Orrville. They have absolutely no answers.
What a way to open a playoff game, right?
That is how you want to respond to the last couple of weeks, the way things have gone. Orrville, absolutely no answer in their arsenal. It's 19-0. We'll take a break. .302 left to go in the first quarter. There's lopsided, and then there's this, Michael. 19-0 to begin the game. As Holy Name still continues the full court press. Coach Patton, I think, wanted it over and back on that one.
Yeah, that's what they're going for. They let them bring the ball up a little bit, and then...
And Humenik will be called for the foul going up against Gibson, so Orrville has a chance to put their first points on the board, and they're allowing 19 consecutive.
And that's what we've seen in the past from Coach Patton, is they will kind of let them bring the ball up, and then right around half court, they'll start pressing in, so they can try to get that over and back call and an easy turnover.
The woes continue. First shot off kilter by Taj Gibson. And now we'll see Aaron Riley check in for the first time.
Who do we see him check in for? That was only 2 shots.
I don't know if they're going to count that one he just made. The way they did it, I don't think it should count. And it will not count.
I
It
don't
should
know.
still be 19-0.
It is 19-0.
There we go. Now it's 19-1. Either way, a 19-0 run to start a playoff game.
In the first 5 minutes of the game. It's a good way to start.
That's a statement. Bollin spins inside, fades away. No good. Styers flies in, cannot get the rebound. He is called for the foul, so that'll be Holy Name's 5th. And that should send it to the other end for some more free throws.
Yeah, you don't need to let them back in this game by giving them a million free throws. I mean, just play smart. You don't need to be over-aggressive. You're up by 18 now, so keep your foot on the gas, but under control.
Not reckless. And as well for Drew, like you said, he already has that pre-existing back injury as things go.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say how long do you see him?
I feel like this is a game where at halftime, if it's like 40-10, you don't see really much of the starters. Both missed, board by Drew Styers. When takes it up the other end. Bollin takes it in quickly in the corner for Riley. There he is off the bench. Aaron Riley, immediate triple. It's Holy Name over the 20-point mark.
And Adam set the check back in on the next stoppage. I'm not sure for who.
Slaughter puts it up, and that's the first field goal of the game for the Red Riders. 19-point Holy Name advantage. Styers, it was originally going to go to Butler, but he finishes nonetheless.
Hey, he'll take the 2 points. I don't think he could care less who got him.
Ball bobbles around Slaughter. He loses it. Here come the Green Wave once again, who lead by 21 in the corner for Styers. It's in! Drew Styers in the corner, and it's 27-3.
Look at that, just a little bit of run. Orrville got a little bit of momentum with that too, and Holy Name just went on a run and crushed everything.
Holy Name double teaming, trying to force an error. Slaughter into the corner, the three being taken by Amstutz, and it's in! They match triple.
Yeah, you don't need to overcommit to that. I mean, you don't need to give that easy three up. I mean, you have to have some basketball IQ. You got to play smart.
Bollin takes it inside the paint, off glass, no good. Amstutz grabs the board and will play it up. This is the basketball that Orrville wants to play, and it rewards them with 2 points. Michael Diehl puts it in.
And you see him give up 0 points in the first 5 minutes, and the last 2 minutes giving up 8. But, I mean, you're not going to give up 0 points the whole game, don't get me wrong, but they're eventually going to score.
You can't let them back completely into the game. Riley in the other corner. No good this time. Board on the box out by Amstutz, or correction, that'll be Diehl. Follows around to Gibson. He takes a three. No good on that one. Board by Styers. He bobbles it, but it's the little foul. Humenik will check back in. Diehl will check out for the Red Riders. 42 seconds left to go in the first. It's 27-8. Holy Name commanding this game. For Holy Name scoring, Styers is the way with 14, Bollin with 6, Humenik 2, Riley with 3. Bollin, he'll take it inside the key, outside to Humenik. He plans for a triple. No good. Goes past Butler along with McDaniel and out of bounds. And I believe they're going to give it to Orrville. So Orrville will take back over possession with 25 seconds to go. Orrville could take a last shot if they want it, or they could try to score quickly and get the ball back, potentially. Slaughter takes it in against Butler, under the basket, no good. Flying in there for the rebound, Amstutz, no good. Now here comes Holy Name, 5 seconds left to go in the first. Styers puts it up, and then the pressure from Gibson and finishes. At the buzzer, the shot from Slaughter, no good. And that will do it for the end of an explosive first quarter for the Green Wave, as they will go into the second of 29-8. It has been a great chain of events thus far. Plenty of basketball still to play, but as of right now, Holy Name commanding this basketball game. 8 minutes down, but still plenty of basketball to go. But as of right now, it is all holding in. They're leading 29-8. You're just sitting in IM Data to see alongside me, Michael Oleksik. A 19-0 run to start the game, but Orrville, they have started to get some points back together on the board. How do they get back into this game completely?
I mean, you're going to have to start with being able to stop them on Holy Name on offense, and then you got to be able to make some of those shots. They're just unable to get anything to fall in the first quarter.
And now they'll play up the court here to break double digits, and it's blocked out of bounds. Cole flies into the back padding. Couldn't see if him or Bollin got a piece of the ball. Someone did it and rejected it. Holy Name, they are known for blocks. They've had plenty in the last couple of games. The main one being the one from Aiden Butler against Buckeye.
Yeah, that was a big block to help secure a win.
That was a turning point of that contest. Without that block, that could have been a different game. Foul called. Coach Patton wanted a jump ball instead, but it'll be a foul against Holy Name, first against Lewis. Coach Patton not happy with that decision. Maybe got enough of the ball. I think he did potentially for a jump ball, but nonetheless, here come the Red Riders and a basket made for Braden Cox.
Any call that doesn't go your way, the coach is going to be angry about it. So.
19-point Holy Name lead. Cole takes it inside, hands off on the other hand to Lewis, and he finds the nylon.
And I thought you would have seen it more in the beginning parts of the year, but over these last 2, 3, 4 games, he's really stepped into a role nicely.
Career high 12 points last time out. Takes his season average at 2.95, so basically 3 points per game. And even among that, he had 14 rebounds in the last game. Bollin puts it up and rejected by the rim. He went for the glory, but the glamour rejected him. Cox puts it up, no good. There must be a lid on both rims. But Michael, the moment that we saw it in transition, we all knew what was about to happen. As he makes this one. Was it ever in doubt that he's going to attempt the dunk when there was an open lane?
No, for sure, especially if you're up by 24. I mean, if you can sacrifice not having those 2 points. Unlike the Gilmore game.
I was about to say the Gilmore game almost caused a couple heart attacks in that building in Warrensville Heights. And the third timeout called by Orrville. They need to talk things over once again as Holy Name has a 24-point advantage as they're well on their way to having a running clock going into the second half. We'll take a break and be back on momentarily. Six away left to play in the first half. Holy Name 34-10 advantage over Orrville as they're well on their way to a matchup with the Alliance Aviators on Friday. They must think it's Friday already, Michael, as they're already here. There's a jump ball being called. It will stay on this end. But around halfway through the first quarter, Alliance, their whole basketball team walked in the gym. I don't think they were starting to see that much of a Holy Name advantage.
When they walked down, it's 15-0.
Might have to ask them at halftime what they were expecting to see walking into the gymnasium. But from a culture standpoint, I love the idea of taking your whole team out here, might be an hour away, but going to see the team you're going to play next. That's a great move for culture and be prepared for the game. This will go the opposite direction, go back to Holy Name. Less than 6 minutes now to play in the first half. Styers still on the court, Michael. How much longer is he in the game?
I would definitely see him play the whole first half. I wasn't even thinking of him coming out in the first half, really. I mean, I know he's injured, but I would not be surprised to see him. I would definitely play in the whole first half, and we'll see what halftime looks like. or and it's also how he feels too. He's a very competitive guy. He'll want to play. It's going to be based on how he feels, though, I think.
Bollin has Grady with his left, takes it in, underhand, no good, but he is fouled, going up for the shot, so he'll go back to the charity strike.
They were 3 for 3 from the line in the first quarter.
Usually a lot of these games, especially playoffs, the charity strikes makes a difference. It would take a complete script being flipped to make that the case. First one sunk, nothing but net by Bollin. Now a 25-point advantage. I could easily see this being a 30-point winning lead going into the half. As Bollin remains perfect from the line, he now breaks double digits in his first ever playoff game.
Yeah, Drew kind of came down back to earth after that first quarter, after his 14 points in the first quarter.
That one just played out of bounds, reckless passing. It goes back to the green and white. There's been a lot of that today. Going back to the beginning of the game, I feel like we have a completely different ball game if that initial three landed for Orrville.
I mean, definitely. I mean, because they open up the game up 3-0, and then there's a big momentum shift there. And you get some confidence in your shot. And
as Cole misses that one, Styers flies in, goes up. And go to the other end, they're going to give it a push against Styers, I believe, and there it is. So both fouls so far today for Styers are him putting his body on the line for the play.
Which he does every game, in and out, no matter what.
Gray being met by Bollin, played inside. Diehl puts it up, no good. Bounces it around, plays it back. Slaughter takes it. The mid-range for Gray, off the back of the rim, no good. And a board by Drew Styers once again. Bollin pushes up the court. Nice give and go between Bollin and Styers, and it results in 2 points.
That's chemistry between them right there. They know where they're going to be.
Styers 18, Bollin 11, Lewis 4. Blocking foul Cole, I believe we're going to get Humenik.
Andrew Cole's face, I don't think he really agreed with that call.
Now Butler will check in along with Aaron Riley. So Cole and Lewis will check out. Bollin not afraid to check out their big man, especially given that Taj Gibson's not in the game. Chuck back outside the arc. Diehl, he'll match up against Butler, takes to his left, he slips to the ground. And a travel being pulled. It goes the other way. And it looks like the court got the best of him. He's clutching and he is not enjoying it. He's in plenty of pain. We'll step aside. Diehl is able to walk off the court with some assistance. It appeared he is kind of awkwardly fell to the ground the way the court kind of slipped out from underneath him.
Yeah, it's a little rolled ankle. Sit there, collect your thoughts for a second, and get up and walk it off. It'll be okay.
They're going to need him back in this game as soon as he can go back in, as it's a 28-point win advantage. Bollin outside, Bollin for three. No good. He's been waiting for his first three of his career.
Yeah, rare triple attempt from Aiden Butler.
The students actually would go nuts if he hit a three. Bollin played around outside the arc. Slaughter top into the corner. Amsutz. And this goes immediately to Bollin. Don't know who they're trying to find. Riley off the glass. They get to the ball.
Well, that was tipped by Aaron Riley. I think they were trying to find, I don't know, somebody in the corner over there. I didn't catch what number it was.
So now it's a 30-point Hohenheim lead. And there's still 3 minutes to go in this quarter. top of the arc it goes.
And don't expect them to play any less aggressive. They no matter what the scores, they're always playing aggressive.
Gray gets it, kicks to the corner from McDaniel, and it's in! Orrville able to respond with a quarter 3, and now have 13. Bollin to match. He does! Welcome to the playoffs, Maxwell Bollin. He has 14 in the first half.
He took his annual deep shot there. He just happened to make it today.
There it is. I gave him the nickname Max, the possession ends here, Bollin. Similar to Michael Porter Jr.
That was a good play by Diehl.
Here we go. The swing up to Bollin, bobbles around, and it goes the other way. Bollin not happy with it. Nice vision by Riley, just kind of caught up amid the feet and the hands of Orrville trailing back. Hohenheim not giving Orrville anything at this moment. Styers and Bollin backcourt, otherwise it's a press. 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Hohenheim trying to put the most points they have in the first half in the time that Hohenheim Broadcasting has covered them. I believe the number to get is 43.
45. They put up 45 against Lakewood.
45. Other than that, this will be the record. Styers to match it. No good. Gets his own rebound and gets his own 2 points right back. He now has 20 in the first half alone.
When the big three get into 20 points each, good things happen.
He has 20. Bollin 14. Humenik 2. And a steal from Bollin. Does he try it again? He lays his one in this time. As Hohenheim now is 47. And it's right in the hands of Butler. Here he goes. Puts it up. He's clobbered. No foul call. And there's a foul at the end.
He caught that like a defensive back. It was just right here in his arms.
Jemison alone, Flirt, and Colin Hall Johnson will check in. Hohenheim putting on a display tonight. Butler's first. Bounce it around, and finally goes in!
You're going to see 3 new guys check in, probably Drew Max.
That might be the most
Adam,
impressive make.
So here you go, you see Drew Max and Adam check out all together.
They still haven't updated the board. There we go. It bounced a good 5 times, I'd have to say. This one does the same thing.
The rim's in his favor tonight, we'll just say that.
You can see Joseph Foley on the far side, the PA announcer, he's loving it. Almost picked off by Butler again. But I said it will go to Orrville, they barely get it. Cox getting in there, and there's a foul.
Yep.
Immediately when Riley hit him, like, I'm surprised they're not calling a foul.
Yeah,
Took him a second.
Smoked him in the face.
In the words of any good student section, you can't do that.
Well, there's no one here for Orrville to say that.
You really can't blame him. An hour trip up.
Well, Nathan, I know you would have made that journey, so.
Akron North in a couple weeks, Michael. Slaughter, question Cox makes ball. Or splits him, I should say. Minute and a half to go in the first half. 49-14. Hohenheim trying to break 50. Ware takes it inside, puts it up, and he takes it out of bounds. It will stay with Hohenheim. Nice bit of defense being employed by the Red Riders. On the far side, Diehl trying to test out the knee or the ankle, see if he can go back in the game. Played inside, it goes back to the Red Riders. Jemison on the deck trying to rip it away. Bouncer on, hits off of Johnson's shoe.
He just threw it out of bounds. I don't know what he was doing. He was like laying on the ground, he just threw it out of bounds.
So it will stay on this end for Hohenheim, but they're trying to break 50 for the first time this season in the first half.
Yeah, make sure you include it in the first half because they have broken 50 before, ladies and gentlemen.
Every game. Every game they have broken 50 this year. Lowest scoring with 51. Johnson ripped away. Nice bit of defense being employed by Slaughter. Goes one end to the other, and it's blocked down. Butler applied the pressure, but I believe the rim got him in the end. Played up to Johnson, pivoting around, looking for some help. Finds it in Butler. Riley open for the 3. No good. Gray ripped away by Jemison on the floor. It'll stay with Orrville as they do a nice job to chuck it up the court. Slaughter pivots back against Boyer. No good on the shot. Jemison gets it against Orrville. And it'll go to Humenik. Foul will be against Braden Cox. That'll be his second, team third of the quarter. Pregame already has 5 with 30 seconds left to go in the first half. The big three all out for the last minute and a half. Jemison off the glass against the falls. Pregame breaks 50.
There's the 50 points, and you know the bench wanted that because now they're all excited. So
A dominant first half for the Green Wave. 10 seconds to go. One last basket made by Orrville. At the depth, Riley, will he heave it? No, into Jemison. No good, rejected by the rim. An excellent pass by Riley. Not going to result in points. But we go into the halftime break. It's all Pregame tonight as they lead 51-16. We'll take a break and be back on in a couple minutes for the halftime report. back on from halftime here at Hohenheim High School, and it is the Green Wave. They are having a great game today, Michael, as they lead this contest 51-16. They have dominated from start to now.
And a little bit of quick math, that's a 35-point lead for those who couldn't figure it out.
35, that should be enough for a running clock, assuming the rules translate as you're back underway for the second half of play. In and out from Gibson. So the second half begins the same way the first half did, with an Orrville miss.
And you have all 5 starters back out for Hohenheim. And another thing, for the running clock to stop, Orrville would have to drop under 30. The Hohenheim's would have to be under 30 for the running clock to stop.
As you see, it is running. It will continue to do so as the foul is called. So I have 2 opportunities to put points on the board to get the half underway. I think a big reason why Hohenheim's had the success they've had today, though, is Taj Gibson only having 1 point. They have eliminated his presence.
He's had very few minutes, too. He hasn't had the opportunity to really been out there.
Orrville will split, so they will open the half with the first points. But still, plenty of points to chip away at. It's a 34-point Hohenheim lead. Styers kicks to the far corner for Humenik. It's in! Humenik in the far corner. His first triple of the game. He now has 5 points. Back 54-17.
I'm going to say, there's no way Adam can go the whole game without making a 3 from the corner.
His bread and butter. Diehl back to Gray. 6.5 to play in the third. But like, I'm surprised to see the starters still in the game for Hohenheim.
Just get a couple extra reps in maybe, and then you'll see him sub out maybe.
That one off iron for the Red Riders. Gibson will take it and launch a triple. There he is! Taj Gibson from outside the arc. Gets his day going from the field.
Yeah, those are his first points from the field to play. This is big.
Styers, he'll take it in himself. Kick to the corner. Back to Humenik. Another 3. No good. Off the front of the rim. As he'll be boarded up by Slaughter, and he'll take it back. Now Orrville going to look to put a couple of those 3s into work. Another one. That one's good as well. They're starting to get the offense going. Diehl this time.
Yeah, you got to stay focused. I mean, they're not just going to come out here in the second half and let you roll over them.
Screen set by Lewis. Styers will take it in. Now works to the other side of the screen. 2 screens set, 1 each direction. Bollin crossing up, working against Amstutz. Plays it in. Right hand finisher, and he gets it a fall. Nice job from Max to stay in there. Get us all to 18 points. The clock continues to run as Hohenheim leads by 33. As Max, he'll try to make it 34. He does. That's the name of the game for Hohenheim. Keep the clock running.
Yeah, you keep this lead at least 30 points and keep it running.
Taking it in, Amstutz. And a blocking foul against Styers. Once again, a foul from him, his third, and once again, puts his body in the line for it. 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Hohenheim still keeping the starters in the lineup. Gray inside the paint, takes it out, back in, and blocked down by Andrew Cole. He rips it away, and it goes to Hohenheim. And after that block, he gave a little smirk to the student section. No points today from Cole, but a lot of his impact comes from defense. Halfway through the third quarter, 57-23, Hohenheim leads. Bollin taking his time, going towards the right side. Moves to the right side of Amstutz. He is clobbered, goes down. Styers fighting for it, gets possession, goes up, blocked down by Gibson with ease. Chucked up the court to Diehl. Cole blocked alone! He has 2 blocks in consecutive possessions! This game might be all but won for Hohenheim, but don't tell it to Andrew Cole.
I love that Cole gave that man a handshake after he blocked it.
That's just the persona of Andrew Cole. To use the words of Chris Collinsworth, now here's a guy. After the first block, he gave a smirk to the student section. Now can he add himself some points? And another block. It's a block party. And another block. 3 this time. Humenik. No good. We've seen like 4 or 5 blocks combined in the last 2 possessions. Bollin, he has it near the bench. One more gets him to the 20. Into Lewis. A nice pass, then he's stripped. No shot to be a foul. So that will be, I believe, the second foul. Assuming the courtesy board has been updated, and it is. That was second for both teams. No look inbound to Lewis. No good. He grabs no rebound, goes to the ground. He's fouled. He's fine, though. It's all smiles.
And Andrew Cole would have had his first points as he made that shot.
Even though he hasn't scored today, he has had a good game. Substitution being made for Orrville. Braden Cox along with Adams check back in. I haven't really glanced on it, but Diehl is back in the game after having that awkward fall in the second quarter.
Yeah, probably rolled his ankle and wasn't ready for it in the moment.
Bollin mid-range, off balance, no good. Cox will let it go out of bounds, and Orrville will take it back. A minute and a half to go in the third quarter, and Michael, it is 7:50.
Like I said earlier, no Mr. Lanza.
None of the Lanza timeouts to make this game go until 8:30 before it starts.
But as he explained to me, which I already knew. He's like, JV is for learning. Like, I call my timeouts to teach them things, not to like really extend games. It's like, yeah, because you got to prepare them for varsity. Yes, I definitely agree.
And we didn't mention these things about Coach Lanza because he's not my teacher. He can't dock my grade.
He is my teacher, but
still, shout out Coach Lanza. Hoping to have him be back potentially coaching next year.
very well could see him coaching JV once again next year.
And then you'll be waiting here until 8:30 for some games to start.
I will be waiting here till 8:30. Mr. Lanza, come on, I have a life. We need to keep it moving.
And another block, that time from Bollin as Gray went up for it. Bollin's on the deck. Bollin loses it. And it'll go to Holy Name. No one seemed to have a clear view of where the ball even was.
Yeah, I know. It's just slowly spinning out of bounds, like in slow motion. Everyone was like, oh, I think it's the other team's ball.
Do you want the ball? No. Do you want the ball? Holy Name can't take the last shot if they want to. Time will slowly roll off the clock. 15 seconds left to go in the third. Bunch of handoffs on behind Rouse. Bollin takes it in, goes up, and he's fouled, so he'll go to the line. We're going to take himself over 20 points.
And that'll be the end of the quarter, too, because it's on the clock. So they'll get these 2 free throws in. It'll be the end of the corner. Yeah, he'll just shoot the 2 free throws. Keep it going.
Orrville guaranteed to have 23 points going into the fourth. Max misses the first.
That's the first miss of a free throw all night. That's a good thing to have here.
And considering Holy Name shooting below 55% from the line, or 65% from the line this year, they needed some of those shots to fall. He misses both. But that will end the third quarter. It's still all Holy Name, 57-23. 8 minutes left to go in this first playoff basketball game of the year. Holy Name commanding this game from start to now. Boyer for three, no good. It'll bounce around. Jemison grabs the board, but he is stripped of it. And it will be a foul.
And it's still a running clock because they still have not brought the lead within 30. So.
The starters have checked out though for Holy Name.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't check back in.
All right, we'll take it outside the arc. Top to Butler. Boyer on the run will take it as well. Riley in the corner for three. There he is again in the far corner. Riley now has 8. It is now 60-23. This has been the best defensive performance of the year from the Holy Name Green Wave, and it goes right to Butler.
Yeah, and we were talking about that Strongsville game. They gave up 87 points. I know that there was overtime, and that's blocked out of bounds. But I know that there was overtime, but giving up 87 points. That's remarkable, and I feel Holy Name prides themselves on their ability to defend. I mean, they were great defenders last year. They've been pretty good this year. I feel like as the year has gotten on, I think we've gotten a little bit worse on defense, a little bit sloppier. But our offense has been able to make up for that. You don't see that much. He doesn't show as much, but it's good to see him getting back to basics here in the playoffs.
I know after that, Riley getting into double figures. He now has 11, a quiet 11 on the night.
A couple threes and a layup, I believe. 2 threes, no, 3 threes and a layup.
But Holy Name led in this game by 2 players mainly, Styers and Maxwell Bollin.
And not surprising, the 2 best players out on the floor.
And your play of the game brought to you by Keon Sports will be Styers at 20 points. Hustled out there amid still being injured, gave it all in a playoff game. Will now go on a round 2 as he is 6 minutes away from sealing his first career playoff win.
And you know, Drew, no matter what, will go out there and give it all. Give it his all. He's not going to leave anything on the bench. I'll say that. He's going to leave it all out there. That's what I'm looking for.
Boyer no good on that triple. Gray grabs the rebound. Orrville will push it up the court. Cox being hit away. Boyer got a piece for the 3 for Adams. Bounces around, no good. Johnson flies in and grabs the rebound. And a travel on Riley. They'll get him right below us near the student section. It will stay. Once again, Holy Name, once this game concludes and they have sealed the victory, they will then host Alliance on Friday in round 2 of the OHSAA playoffs with a 7 p.m. tip-off. Ball played in, great boxing against Jemison, and he blocks it away and grabs the rebound himself. Nice defense by Jeffrey Jemison, right from one end to the other. Boyer plants inside of Jemison, puts it up, no good, air ball, and taken away by the Red Riders. Nice defense, but could not finish the points. A long-range dribble for Amsutz. In and out, no good. Jemison will keep it in play. Almost clipped away by McDaniel. The Holy Name will take out the court. Nonetheless, with 4.5 to go in tonight's contest. Johnson, top to Riley. No good. Goes out, board taken in by Amsutz. Cox kicks out. The 3 for Amsutz. Once again, no good. Gray tips it around. Amsutz the board. Blocked by Boyer. And he'll stay with the Red Riders until Holy Name gets a steal courtesy of Adam Butler to Boyer. He goes one end to the other and finishes off the glass.
Good to see. Someone other than Drew can do that. It's good to see that.
Boyer has his first 2 points of the night. Almost a steal by Johnson, overcommits. Cox puts it up and finds the nylon. He now has 7 off the bench. I believe he is the leading scorer, potentially, for this Red Rider team. Danny Sibley's second check in for the Green Wave. Into Jemison, puts it up, makes a man miss and finishes. We'll call time and let the substitutions happen.
Yeah, after the mid shot. Aiden Butler checking out. Do we see any of those other juniors on the bench? You have Braden, and a freshman you have over there. I don't know who that is.
We'll see if Holy Name has any other guys check in, like you said. He's sitting in Orrville too, getting the rest of their guys in.
They had almost a full sub here.
And Boyer grabs it in transition. He goes up, puts it up, and makes the land miss and finishes off with the glass.
They only need one more point to get to their magic number of 70 for the win. I mean, I don't really think that they need to get to that number now. I mean, looking at it, but
High-point pass, no good on the shot by Castro, the freshman.
they didn't really need to get to that number with how many impeccable defensive plays they made. And Braylon Slaughter and Luke to check in. I don't know what his last name is. Maybe
Kovalchuk along with Sloan check in.
For Aaron Riley and Brody Boyer, which I would not be surprised to see them in a game against the Lions on Friday, where I will not be.
Alliance, they're making their way out. They know they'll be back here on Friday night for a round 2 playoff match.
Hopefully Holy Name can play like they did tonight and take care of business.
The interesting to see if we see anyone else come off the bench for the Green Wave. Kovalchuk hits the deck and it goes out of bounds.
You only have one person that hasn't played over there, and that would be a freshman.
You have Braden Hyman along with Chris Hyde, who's not checked in, along with Jerry Pavaka.
Chris Hyde does not look like he's dressed. Jeremy and
Hyman
would be the only. I couldn't find who the other person was on there. Would be the only people that haven't checked in.
I would not be surprised if this will be the final team that plays in the game. Inbound for the Red Riders, trying to get some more points on the board at the deck. Take it in, Mosley pivots out, planting. Castro takes it in, simply gets a piece, and it stays.
As the clock continues to run.
Jemison tried getting a piece, could not. Fouls. Coach Patton not happy with the fouling.
Just let him play it out. So I think that's all he wants.
Less than a minute to go and a steal off the inbound by Johnson. Sloan and Kovalchuk picking their first career varsity points. Kovalchuk for it. He does! First career varsity basket for Luke Kovalchuk. The bench celebrates. It might be only 2 points, but 2 points that he didn't have before. Congrats to Luke. Inbound, 20 seconds now to go. Puts it up, no good. Board bobbled down by Castro, and a foul called.
And that'll probably bring us to the end of the game with 15 seconds. So. What a way to end it on 2 free throws. Oh no, I thought it was a shooting foul. I was wrong.
Hit out of bounds by Jemison. That might end it.
Yeah, he's like, the ref's like, hurry up, come on, there's 5 seconds, dude.
At the death. And will do it. For the first time since 2019-2020, Holy Name have won a playoff basketball game. Our final score in this round 1 OHSAA playoff match. Holy Name 73, Orrville 27. Once again, that play of the game brought to you by Eon Sports. Goes to Drew Styers. Michael, talk about Drew.
Yeah, I mean, Drew played his regular basketball, up and down the court, playing physical, going to get those rebounds that you really need, opened up the game well. I mean, had 14 points in that first quarter, finished with 20, so gave Holy Name that big lead in the first half to enable them to kind of coast to the victory.
Coasting the victory, they did 19-0 run at the beginning, and they never looked back. That will do it here from 6,000 Queens High. We'll be back on Friday night as Holy Name will take on the Alliance Aviators. To stay updated on all the games we're covering, follow Holy Name Broadcasting on Instagram and Twitter. To stay updated on all of Holy Name Sports, follow Holy Name Athletics on Instagram and Twitter. And finally, subscribe here to Holy Name Athletics YouTube and put up push notifications to be notified when we go live. Well, that will do it here. Holy Name the winner tonight. I've been Nathan Smee alongside me, Michael Oleksik. Have a good night, everyone, and go Namers.